Welcome to Let's Talk Safe Money. I'm your host, Paul Gebhard, and my guest today is Mr. Lynn Strickler of LS Financial Group. Welcome back to the show, Lynn. It's good to see you, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to be here.
Yeah, you come a long way from the streets of Philadelphia, my friend.
Sure have. Yeah.
You know, how many years you been a financial advisor? How long you been doing this now?
Well, my partner Art's been doing it, like I said, 31 years now. I've been probably 16 now, 16 years.
16 years.
Yeah.
And experience matters in this world, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Important to work with someone
who
has
again,
experience.
we know where those potholes are. We know how the pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah.
We can help folks, you know, really stop and not hit some of those potholes.
Absolutely right. When you take a vacation, you go on a trip, you get a guide. Why? They're familiar with the territory.
Absolutely.
And that's what you want. A good financial advisor, financial planner has to be familiar with the territory.
Right.
So let's start with that, can we, Lynn? Let me ask you, why would it be important for people to consider at least a second opinion?
Well, you know, think about it. I mean, anything that you do, if you were going to go in like I did for open heart surgery.
Yeah.
Okay. And I go to the first doctor, and this guy just got out of school. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I go to another doctor. My son does the research on this guy. Okay. This guy comes from Harvard. He's done all kind of work all over the world, right? And he's actually invented a new non-intrusive way with a pig heart. How to And so my son goes, Dad, I know this guy's going to cost you, but who would you rather go with? Would you rather go with this guy just out of school?
No kidding.
Or the guy with experience?
It definitely puts it in perspective.
It's the same thing, okay?
Yeah,
you want somebody that has experience. But
yes.
Here's the thing. You know, I kind of look at going up the mountain. You know, if we were going to climb Mount Everest, Paul, what's our goal?
Well, I would think it would be to, well, you definitely want to get to the top, right?
Yeah, most people say that. And get to the top successfully.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I think we better get back down the mountain successfully.
Right. That's a better point.
You
You're
know
right.
where most people get killed climbing Mount Everest?
When?
On the way down.
Coming down.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize
It's
that.
amazing. It's true. So here's the thing. Second opinion. When you're starting out, it's called the accumulation phase.
Right.
You want a return on your money. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's right.
So you're looking at return.
Right.
And that's what most of the financial advisors are taught to do. They're taught that. You know, return. You got to get 7%, 10% return. Okay, I get it. When you're young and you're climbing that mountain, you want returns. But here's the thing, Paul. When you get to the top of that mountain and you start down, all the bets are off. It changes drastically. You're now in the distribution phase.
You're right. Very different.
Now you got to figure out, how do I get not the return on my money, the return of my money.
Yes.
You cannot lose coming down.
Right.
You've got to have the return of your money to last you the distance to get down that mountain safely. Mm-hmm. So that distribution phase is so important. And to me, getting a second opinion, it's important that you have someone experienced that is not just in the accumulation phase, because most of the advisors, and we're not bashing advisors, we are one.
Sure.
Right? We just do things differently.
It's a different specialty.
It's a different
It's
specialty.
what we're talking about, folks.
Right.
I mean, think about it. Why don't you have your same pediatrician? Right?
Yeah, it's the same.
Because you outgrow that, you move on. And it's the same thing here, right, Lynn?
Right, same thing. So we really specialize in getting you down that mountain safely with distribution, how to take the money, when to take the money, with withdrawal rate, sequence of returns. I mean, all this is very important.
So there's a detailed strategy you help folks line out.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. And our software, it puts it through. I mean, it's funny, people don't even realize this, but where you take that money from, is important as anything. We had the other day we did one, took the computer, which you know how fast a computer is,
Paul? Yeah,
Paul?
sure.
Took it 20 minutes
to
figure out for this particular client how and when and where to take the money. You think, oh, I'll just take it from the Roth IRA, or I'll just take it from, makes a difference.
Sure it does.
Because
it has a big implication on their tax situation, right?
That's right.
Which brings me to my next point, if we could talk about that, because I know that's on everybody's mind, especially our good friends out there in Fort Lauderdale, and they're thinking, you know, what's going on with the tax situation, with the new administration, with all these changes?
Absolutely.
You know, taxes have to go up at some point, Lynn.
Right.
So what can folks do? I mean, in other words, what's the difference between, say, tax planning and tax preparation?
Well, yeah, I mean, right now what we say, people don't realize this. We have a graph that we show in our workshops, right? It shows the history of taxes.
Okay.
And if you won't believe this, but what do you think the highest marginal tax rate was? You know, people over $200,000, what do you think the tax rate, the highest it's been in this country?
The highest,
Yeah,
like
any
ever?
guess? Yeah.
I'd say, I don't know, 40, 45%?
92%.
92%?
92%. Matter of fact, during World War II, it was way up there for a long time. Taxes were, you know, above 200%.
92% tax rate.
As a matter of fact, we had an actor who was the president.
Oh, I remember him.
Remember him?
Yeah, Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
He got paid $100,000 per movie.
Yeah.
He only made two a year.
Really?
Yeah, because after $200,000, he had to pay taxes on everything. He just given it away to the government. So he stopped and went to the ranch.
Wow.
Yeah, true story.
I didn't know that.
So, but here's what we say about taxes now. Do you realize that taxes are on sale? Taxes are at the lowest rate they've been in many years.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that, but it's really true.
Interesting.
So if taxes are on sale, there may be some strategies that we can help you get over into what we call a tax-free bucket.
Okay.
See, I want to get you out of the tax-deferred bucket because we've been taught defer. That taxes weren't going to go up. You'll have less taxes. Yeah, you got less deductions and everything now, right? They did a survey and they asked folks, Deutsche Bank, are you spending as much money or more money in retirement? 78% said they're spending as much or more in retirement.
Really?
You know why?
Why?
Every day Saturday.
That's a good point.
Every day Saturday.
Right, you got nothing but time on your hands.
Nothing but time. Go see the grandkids, we're traveling, we're going, all right, you're spending the money, right? And of course, everything else is going up too.
Right.
Right? So what we say is, how do we get you from that tax-deferred bucket over into a tax-free bucket? The only thing that goes in that tax-free bucket, Paul, are two things. Roth, anything Roth,
Okay.
and life insurance.
Really?
But life insurance designed upside down. We don't do life insurance like you think. The IRS allows us to have a corridor to go through, all right? So we get as little death benefit as possible, and then we put the rest of that money in that indexed kind of annuity we talked about where it grows on that green line.
Yeah.
We put the rest of the money in there.
Really?
And it grows like you wouldn't believe.
So we're not talking about term insurance. We're not talking about term life, right?
No. This is a fixed indexed life insurance
Wow.
policy, okay? And inside that policy, guess what? When you go to take it out, it's tax-free.
Wow.
So we help folks, believe it or not, a lot of folks get to zero taxes in retirement.
That's beautiful. So take that, so-called radio talk show experts out there, because there's a lot of people out there, Len, giving people bad information on life insurance.
Yeah, that's
You're
true.
telling me this is one tool that folks can use to retain their wealth in their retirement?
Actually, this whole thing was built for the wealthy at the beginning. Matter of fact, 85% of CEOs in this country use life insurance in this design, in this way.
You're kidding me. Wow.
It's amazing.
So that's like a best-kept secret. That's a nugget right there, folks. If no other reason
That's
to call
right.
my friend Len, that's one right there. All right, sorry I interrupted you, but I was just like blown away by that. Life insurance, wow.
Yeah, so taxes, we want to make sure, you know, a lot of people don't understand that their Social Security can be taxed. If you're married and make over $44,000, okay, your Social Security is going to be taxed at 85%. People don't understand and realize that, okay? We have to get that tax situation under control. And there's strategies that we use, and one of them is called a Roth conversion.
Okay.
So what we do is we take out of that the bucket where you have deferred money. Let's say you got $400,000 in an IRA.
Okay.
Okay. And what we do is we start to take that money and move it over into a Roth, into that tax-free bucket. Okay. And you have to pay taxes on it, right? But we're going to take those taxes. We said they're on sale anyway.
Right.
Because they're going to go up.
Sure, absolutely.
So we take that and we move it over, and the taxes are going to be paid, and we'll do it over 3 or 4 years. We won't do it all at one lump sum, so it's not, you know, it doesn't bite so bad. But we'll do it over 3 or 4 years, maybe 5. We'll get that money over here. Now, remember, it's growing. Whatever you pay in taxes, this thing's growing inside, right? So you're going to get way more income coming out of this thing, and it'll be tax-free. Roth conversions are a beautiful thing, Paul. Folks have to consider them. They just have to consider them.
Hey, listen, I understand you have a very special offer for the viewers out there in Fort Lauderdale. Will you share that with them, Len?
Absolutely, absolutely. Folks, if you'll come in and visit with us or on the phone or do a Zoom call, we do that any way that you'd like to communicate with us. what we're going to do is give you, we're talking taxes, right? So we're going to make sure that we take a look at your portfolio. We make sure everything complimentary, by the way. We don't charge for this. We could easily charge $15,000 to $2,000 advisors doing that. We don't do that. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that complimentary review, but we're going to look inside there, not only safety, not only income analyzer, but we're going to look at those taxes, and we're going to see if we can't get some of that money into that tax-free bucket for you. So when you get your plan from us, it's going to be a beautiful, complete plan that's going to show you everything you're going to make, year-to-year taxes coming out, inflation. We're going to make sure we cover it all, folks. Give us a call. Give my team a call. They're standing by to get you an appointment. Like I said, we got an office in West Palm. You can come into that office at the Phillips Center, or you can come to our headquarters in Fort Lauderdale. I'll also throw in, if you'll give us a call today, I'll throw in a new book that I just came out. It's an ebook called 5 Steps to a Successful, Safe Retirement. I'll make sure that you get that. In addition to that, when you come in to see us for phase 2 or 3 to look at your plan, I'm going to go ahead and give you a signed copy of the book called Don't Worry, Retire Happy. So come on in and see us, folks. 844-299-0355. That's 844-299-0355. Look forward to seeing you.
And again, that's completely complimentary. But there's a word I want you to think about going into break. Safety. Think about in this day and age, how we want to be safe from this pandemic. All the things in our life that we do to make sure we're secure and safe. Our loved ones are safe. But what are you doing about your financial future? How about your retirement? Have you thought about that? Are you 100% sure it's completely safe? Because if you're not, pick up the phone. Call Len and his team. 844-299-0355. We got to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these short messages.
As a good saver, you've been putting away money during your working years. Studies find that the biggest fear of retirees is running out of money. Market volatility isn't just the downward movement of stock prices, it's the size and frequency of change. The more dramatic the ups and downs, the higher the volatility. This can put savers who are newly retired or a few years away from being retired at greater risk. Today's generation of retirees is not receiving traditional pensions as our parents or grandparents did. Instead, we have retirement accounts such as 401ks or 403bs. These accounts typically expose your money to market risk. The last thing you want right before retirement is to lose a portion of the money you need for income. But how do you turn these accounts into a retirement income? Is it safe to keep all your retirement money sitting in the stock market? The last thing you want is to lose a portion of the money you need for income due to market loss. By working with a financial professional, you can learn how to turn a portion of your savings into an income stream for life and income for the life of your spouse if you're married. We all have moments in our lives when we wish we had taken action sooner. Don't let procrastination reign on your retirement parade. Act now before it's too late. Please call our office to set up your no-cost, no-obligation retirement income review today.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Talk Safe Money. I'm your host, Paul Gebhard, and again, we thank you for being with us today. Our special guest is Mr. Len Strickler of LS Financial Group. I got to say, my friend, financial planning definitely seems daunting, but boy, you really put people's minds at ease. So I appreciate you and all you're doing in the Fort Lauderdale community. It's really incredible. I wanted to get into this term we hear a lot, sequence of returns. What specifically is a sequence of returns, and why is it important in retirement, Len?
Right. In our workshops, we have a chart and a graph that we use. Basically, the way it works is this: we have 2 couples, okay, Tom and Mary, and Mike and Susan, right? And we show a chart, two of them. They're both taking $25,000 out. They've got $500,000 they're investing at a 6% return, okay, and they're going to take $25,000 a year out. Right? So they're both doing the same thing.
Exactly. Okay.
But here's what happens. Tom and Susie in the first column, or Tom and whoever, Jane, they end up getting zeros, okay, or below zero, -19, -10, they get 3 negatives in the first part of their retirement. See, the first 5 years pre-retirement during retirement and the 5 years after are extremely important.
Really?
You just can't have these losses. So they end up having these losses. What's really interesting is the other couple, right, they take their $25,000 out, but they don't have those losses. Right? They had 29% gain, 10% gain, and they didn't have losses, negatives, till down a little bit further in the portfolio. Now, here's what's amazing. The first couple runs out of money in 10 years. Totally run out of money.
Wow.
And the second couple who, you know, are doing this right, didn't get those losses, they end up taking out about, oh, I don't know, 58, 28, 34. They're withdrawing that 25 all the way down, okay? They're drawing money out. At the end, they still have $980,000 left, and they went all the way to 90 with their money.
You're kidding
It's
me.
amazing. Big difference. Think about that.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's why the principal protection plan, Paul, is so important. If you get below negatives in the first part of your retirement, it's brutal.
Yeah, it's hard to recover from that, isn't it?
Yes, and remember the chart.
Yeah.
You'll never go below zero with us.
Yeah.
Zero's your hero.
Right.
That's why that principal protection plan is so important.
Yep.
Okay? You're not going to lose any money.
Yep.
And when the market comes back, you start to come back again. And you never give back any gains, you keep your gains. It's a beautiful thing if it's designed right. But this is very powerful.
Yeah.
There's a couple things, you know, that we talk about. This is another nugget that we share.
Okay.
The other one I shared with you was withdrawal, when you withdraw.
Yes,
It's very
timing
important.
of it.
Timing
Yes.
of it is important. So little things like that we really help folks, you know, little nuggets that they don't usually think of.
Yeah.
And we're able to help them with these kind of things.
So it's just important in that sequence of turns. It's how it impacts your taxes, how everything is connected, and
Right.
you're able to do that.
Absolutely.
You're able to build a customized plan to the individual.
Right.
Right.
And folks, everybody's plan's different. Okay. I don't know, like I said, if I can help you or not. I'd say 70, 80% of the folks that come see me, we can help them. But if you've got a plan that's working for you, that's fine. We'll tell you. We're not, you know, Art and I'm a fiduciary. I'm going to do the right thing for the client. And I tell people this: look, I don't need your money. I want to help you keep your money. Okay. That's what I'm about.
Yeah.
So, and again, we're going to talk about fees in a little bit. I want to talk about how these fees affect their portfolio.
Okay.
But anyway, folks, I just want you to know we're here to help you. Come in and see us, and we'll be able to put this thing together for you.
It's good stuff. So again, you do have a special offer for folks, right? The phones are going crazy. So there's a few spots available. Please claim yours. But would you remind everybody what you're offering them today if they do call you?
Right. And so remember the puzzle we talked about, folks? So far, we've hit the income analyzer that we're going to be able to do for you, right, when you come in and see us. We also hit principal protection plan. We're going to make sure your money's safe. We talked about the risk management with the dynamic risk management portfolio that we can look at for you, right? We're going to help you there. We're also going to help you with tax strategies. Try to get you out of that, into that tax-free bucket, so your Uncle Sam's not killing you, right? So there's some points there that we're going to help you with. So come in and see us. It's a complimentary review. We're going to look at everything you've got, folks, and we're going to turn over everything to make sure we have a complete plan for you. Give us a call. My team is standing by for you right now. We can make you can do a phone call with us. You can do a PDF file I can send to you if you need to, or you can do a Zoom call or come see us. Either way, we're here to help you. And if you come in, I'm going to give you my book. I've just finished a book, an ebook called The 5 Steps to a Successful, Safe Retirement. It's a really cool book. You'll love it. A lot of examples in it for you. I'll make sure I get that to you. And also, I've got another book here that I didn't tell you about, but it's called Paychecks and Playchecks that I've collaborated again with Tom Higna. And if you come in, I'll let you choose either this one or, if you like my dance, you may want to get this one. Don't worry, retire happy. Whichever you want, come on in and I'll be able to be happy to give that to you. 844-299-0355. Folks, 844-299-0355. Pick up the phone. Give me a call. Not for nothing. Give me a call.
It's good stuff. And the interesting part, why we do this? Why is Len doing this? Why do I do this? Yeah, it's to get you to come in, right? We're concerned. There's a lot of bad information out there. The internet, they already sell our information all over the place. They're radio hosts. They're not licensed to give you professional advice. It's generic information. This is an opportunity to get a plan directly designed around you and your financial future because it matters. You matter. Pick up the phone and call 844-299-0355. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about sales fees, right?
Absolutely.
So stay with us. We'll be back after these short messages.
When was the last time you saw your financial professional? Are you getting the most out of the strategy that was created for you? Although you've done a great job finding someone to help plan for your future, are you 100% sure that you were given the right strategy? We can help answer these questions and more with a complimentary second opinion evaluation. We will take a look at what you have in place and then help determine if you're well positioned to get the most out of your future retirement income. In the event that it is not, we can help by making suggestions and showing you how to get on the right path. You wouldn't get just one opinion when it comes to a major health decision, so why would you treat your most important financial decision with such disregard? Call today for your no-cost, no-obligation second opinion evaluation to see if you're getting the most out of your retirement income plan.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Talk Safe Money. I'm your host, Paul Gebhard, and our guest today has been Mr. Lynn Strickler of LS Financial Group. We want to thank you so much for being with us today. And as promised, we're going to get into fees. You know, that dirty little word that kind of bites away at our retirement, little by little by little. Lynn's going to help us out with that, right, Lynn?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's really important for folks to understand this. You know, most advisors that are working for a particular company, many times they're called captive, and they have to sell the products that that particular company has.
They have
Whether
quotas.
it's Mass Mutual or
Right.
What's that?
There's quotas,
Yeah,
too.
they have quotas.
Yeah.
They have quotas, and so Art and I we're independent. Okay, we can go out and get anything you need. We can go get it. All right? We're not captive to anybody, which is a nice thing, by the way. But talking about fees, what folks don't understand that these fees, and I hear this all the time. Oh, you know, fixed index annuities, one of the things that we do
Sure.
offer folks.
Yeah.
It's not the only thing, but it's one thing. It may fit for you, it may not. But they're fee-based, all kind of fees in there. You know, you hear that all the time. You know, I do a thing on my radio show called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and I take calls from listeners, right? And one of the things I always hear is, there's fees, there's a lot of fees. A fixed index annuity, Paul, is a no-fee based product. No fees, zero. Okay.
Wow.
And people always say, wait a minute, there's got to be a fee. No. Now, you can get a fee that enhances something if you like, but we'll share that with you and tell you what it will do for you, right? Some of them have a long-term care rider fee. Some of them come now with it. Okay, with you don't have to pay for it. Some you do, but there's different designs. But these fees are really important. People don't understand this, but they will knock off 10 years of, remember we said longevity? We want to make
Yes.
sure it'll knock off 10 years. I got a chart that I share. Let's say you put $200,000 in an account. You're getting 6% interest.
Okay.
No fee, okay? At the end of 10 years, you got $358,169, okay? $358,000.
Yeah, that's a good chunk.
All right, now, you get a 1% fee. Just 1% fee, that 10 years, that money goes to $325,000.
Wow.
Now, a lot of what we find when we dig into the prospectus, I told you about the gentleman that we found a week or so ago. Art goes in and he knows how to go in and dig into the prospectus and find these fees because they're there. And they churn those things over so they get more commission.
Yeah.
They'll move a mutual fund, you don't even know it.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Unbelievable.
And so here we go. 6%, 2% fee. That 358 went to 295. Now look at this, a 3% fee, which most of them are 3 or more that we're seeing. All of a sudden, that 358 went to 268.
Ouch.
$100,000 of your money.
Boy.
Are you kidding me?
And then pop on inflation on top of that?
I mean, you got to plan for this, folks.
Yes. Wow.
And so those fees will kill you.
Oh.
And so we're really stress this really hard because, again, and people ask, and Art and I are transparent. Len, well, come on, how do you get paid? I'm going to tell you how we get paid. Just like a real estate agent, on a fixed index annuity, okay? And some other products, in insurance products even, we'll get paid anywhere from 4 to 6%, just like a realtor, okay? And it's not come out of your money. We're paid by the insurance company, so you'll never ever see it on your statement, okay? So, folks, it's a no-fee product if you want, okay? And we're not making any money off of it.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, we're not making any more fees off it. We get paid that one-time
Off of
thing.
your money,
Yeah,
correct.
right. So I just want you folks to know that there's a lot of misinformation out there.
Absolutely, there is. Yep.
And fees will kill you.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of big investment houses want to keep your money in their investment house. That's what it comes down to, right?
Absolutely.
They don't want you to preserve it. But you know my background, it's in insurance, right?
Right.
I'm a property casualty
Right.
agent. And let's be honest, we're talking about insuring your retirement. You insure your home because it's valuable.
That's right.
Right? Why wouldn't you insure your retirement? Big
Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
Right? So you have
Good
to
point,
challenge these
yeah.
investment houses. You have to challenge them. They're putting commercials out there. They're spending big money, giving people, in my opinion, bad information.
Right.
Right? They want to keep that money in their investment house. They don't want you moving it over and doing what's in your best interest. And that's what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, you know, believe it or not, we're coming down to the end of the show here
Oh,
again. But
again?
before we
Oh,
get,
geez,
I know, you know, all good things come to an end, Lynn, but it doesn't have to if they call you, right?
There you go. That's right.
But
We'll help.
before we jump into the end
Yeah.
of the show, let's touch on inflation a little bit because you mentioned the fees, and I think there's another area where people they really don't understand how much inflation impacts
Yeah.
their nest egg. Will you share that with folks?
Well, yeah. I mean, in our workshop, we do it. We have another graph that we show that if you put $10,000 in, right, and it's you get a 4 or 5%, you know, inflation at the end of 10 years, it's worth $4,000.
Gosh.
I mean, yeah, you have to plan for inflation, folks.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, I believe inflation, Paul, is probably around 5%.
It's crazy.
It's really-
Whatever the
it's
number
really-
is, I
it's
don't know,
high.
but food is
Yeah.
astronomically high, gas,
Everything.
housing.
Yeah, it's really going up. And so, you know, and again, what are we doing? We got $30 trillion in debt. We're about to put another $3 trillion, I guess, on top, okay?
Yeah.
So what do we do? Where are we getting that?
Taxes, yeah. Yep.
Well, two things. We're printing more money.
Yep.
We just keep printing money
And raising taxes.
and then raising taxes.
Well, my friend, do me a huge favor, would you? Would you remind the good folks of Fort Lauderdale what you're offering if they call you today?
Absolutely. Folks, if you have a $200,000, $300,000 in a 401k, IRA, or wherever you might have it, come in and see us, and we'll do a complete complimentary review for you. We're going to look at all these things that we've talked about. We're going to take a look at your portfolio, by the way. My partner, Art, is great at this. We're going to look at your stocks, your bonds, your mutual funds, and we're going to dig out those fees. And we're going to show you what those fees will do to your particular. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to show you where you are today if you stay on this path. And then we're going to show you our recommendations. We're going to show you where we can get you, okay? And so give us a call. We'd love to have you come in, and we'll make sure that we get some information to you. You get my book, you know, 5 Steps to a Successful Retirement. And I'll also give you one of my books right here, and we'll go ahead and come in and see us. Call us at 844-299-0355, 844-299-0355.
Thank you for being with us. Be well and enjoy your retirement, everybody.